not paying attention yet?
On TV.
Oh, sorry. You probably heard someone tell you video games right your mind or video games aren't good for you, but they're actually better for you than some people think.
That's right. We'll show you how video games have advanced through history and how it's being used in today's society.
We'll show you 8 different consoles and some of their best games, along with clips so you can see how far they've come.
We'll also talk about how much the video game industry has expanded.
There have been many new and wild innovations that innovations that have taken place from video games that will show you just what they are.
Not only that, but we'll show you how they're being used at school and in training.
Last but not least, we'll go through step by step on how the creators of the video games develop them and how much it pays to be a video game programmer or developer.
So sit and watch as we show you that video games are beyond toys.
Hey, I'm Michael Matthews, and I want to tell you about video game industry. So many people seem to enjoy video games that they're selling out $10 billion a year. The video game industry is a wild one, with many companies competing with their games, but only 3 competing with their consoles: Sony's PlayStation 2, Nintendo's GameCube, and Microsoft's Xbox are the 3 newest consoles that everyone is in a race to get. At no other time has 3 consoles been able to sell without one going out of business. But can they all survive? How do video games get to store, you ask? Well, first, after a game is finally finished by a team of developers, they must find a company to publish their copy of the game. After that, the publisher then purchases space in a store like Walmart to advertise and sell their game. If the game remains on the shelf for so long, then Walmart may send it back. Although the game may only cost the company $10, the game usually sells for an initial $50 to pay for salaries and publisher fees. The video game industry is growing so rapidly, it's almost catching up to the movie industry, only box office counts though. The industry is definitely not child's play.
The Atari, as being one of the oldest video game consoles, doesn't show much in graphics, sound, or anything. When this first game came out, people thought these things were amazing. The Atari opened up the business that is video games.
While the Nintendo Entertainment System, NES for short, was not the first home video game console, it was definitely the most innovative. With creative games such as the legendary Super Mario Bros. And Zelda, this system was definitely a hit. Nintendo is one of the oldest companies in video games and offering its great quality games and systems even today.
I'm Ryan Underwood. Video games have integrated into many things in our society. Many people don't even know that it was Atari that had opened up the first pizza theater restaurant with arcade games, moving robots, animals, and a mascot named Chuck E. Cheese's. You see games everywhere today, in cell phones, some airplanes, and even YMCA's. There have been some strange and useful add-ins to make model video game systems, like motion sensors, lasers, game pads, which help keep you in shape, even while playing video games. Most expensive game pads are consoles and snowboards, a steering wheel, and even exercise bikes. With more and more different types of games, some require different equipment, from lightning guns to steering wheels. Some games have rolled on this equipment to their success. Newer ideas that are being built into video games are internet options, interactions with other products, such as handheld devices or digital cameras. Expect to see much more stuff for video games soon.
The Super Nintendo Entertainment System has some of the best games ever created. With its 16-bit processor, it opened up many different types of video games, including simulation, driving, and fast-paced action games. Among the best games were the Final Fantasy series, Super Mario World, and tons of others.
To many to be the best video game system ever, the PlayStation definitely shown it. Sony sold more PlayStation than Nintendo had sold of their Nintendo 64. People prefer the PlayStation for its large collection of games, comfortable controllers, and CD format. Best sellers include Final Fantasy, Crash Bandicoot, Spyro the Dragon, and Twisted Metal.
Released in 1996, this 3D-based console was Nintendo's first in the newly explored 3D video game industry. The Nintendo 64 was highly anticipated, selling over 500,000 units in Japan the first day. Many great games came out of the system, including Super Mario 64, Super Smash Bros., and Zelda series.
Hi, my name is Dakota Walker. Games are not only used for entertainment, they're being used at schools and for some job training. Studies have shown that children have more of an impact of learning while playing a game. Armies are now using computer simulations games as part of their training. Right now, the U.S. Army is spending a little over $1 billion a year for a video game simulation to help train their soldiers before going over to Afghanistan. This simulation includes real environment, sounds, and even smells. Newer technology allows for doctors to also train through a simulation so that they are not testing on an actual patient. Video games can even be used to keep you in shape with the right equipment. Infrared lasers sensor added battle arenas detect your moves as you kick and fight your way to victory, as well as lose some weight. This is a recommended idea for those of you who don't want to gain a lot of weight by sitting around and playing games all day. This proves that video games are definitely not useless.
Now we're going to talk to you about the Game Boy Advance, the newest handheld from Nintendo. It can still play your old Game Boy games, and it even has the power of a Super Nintendo, and some games you can even see in 3D. It is even able to connect to your Nintendo GameCube so you can project a bigger picture of the game.
Sony's newest console from the PlayStation is the PlayStation 2. This console came out a year before the GameCube and the Xbox, and has easily become most people's choice for their newest console. It already has a large collection of the old PlayStation games, which you can play. Some of the best newer games include Final Fantasy X, Gran Turismo 3, and Jak and Daxter.
Now I'm going to talk to you about the Nintendo GameCube, the most current system for Nintendo. The Nintendo GameCube is rapidly becoming many people's favorite. While only a few games have been released for it so far, this console shows room for great improvement. Nintendo expects to sell more GameCubes than PlayStation 2s and Xboxes because its price is $100 cheaper than theirs.
Hi, I'm Matt Chandler, and I'm going to tell you how they developed the video games. Creating a game is more complicated than normally thought. The average game creation time is a year or more. Games are made by teams consisting of game designers, sound effect designers, computer programmers, and video artists. First, the designers will decide what type of game it will be, whether an action game or a sports game. Then they will decide what the game will be about, and what characters or story it will have. After that, the artist will design characters and other graphics based on the ideas of the video game. The team that then obtains sounds by programming or recording to add the video game. A video game console requires directions, so a computer program is written for it. It takes several months to write a computer program, and if there is a problem, it can take a while to fix it. Once the computer program is completed, it is burned into chips or onto a CD, like the PlayStation games, so it will work, then placed in the console. Finally, a test team plays the game for a few weeks to check for bugs. If the game is approved, the final copy is made, then sent to the factory when millions of copies are produced. Now maybe you can understand how much time it takes to create a video game.
Thanks for watching, and I hope you now have a better idea on why so many people are into video games.
And don't forget to take proper precautions. We're playing as long because you could strain your eyes.
Definitely. Don't play any of them constantly either. There are other things to do.
But other than that, have fun with one of Americans' favorite pastimes.
So get up, go out there, and sure, play games.